श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्ये सर्वदा। गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजभवरोगिणां निधे सर्वविद्यानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नमो धर्माय महते नमः कृष्णाय वेदसे ब्राह्मणेभ्यो नमस्कृत्य धर्मान् वक्ष्यामि शाश्वताम्। नमो भगवते तस्मै व्यासाय मितदेशस्य प्रसादात् वक्ष्यामि नारायणकथामिमाम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। श्रीगुरुभ्यो. So previously, after Abhimanyu's death, we were looking at Arjuna preparing for the battle, and he made a vow. He took a oath that he will kill Jayadratha. In the next day's battle, he will kill Jayadratha. Otherwise, he will not survive. He will not continue to live. And upon that, Krishna, on that evening, when Arjuna sleeps in his dream, Krishna takes him to Kailas, and from Mahadeva, he takes Upadesha of Pashupata weapon, which he previously Shiva granted him, and then he gets rememorizes that Upadesha, that mantra Upadesha that he has given for that Pashupata weapon. And then Arjuna comes back to his senses, he comes out of dream, and then he narrates that to Yudhishthira and others. Yudhishthira prepares that morning for the battle, and we look at that. And here, one thing I forgot to mention is Arjuna getting Upadesha from Shiva in his dream, right? So normally, mantra Upadesha is done in various forms. Traditional, normal way is where Guru gives Upadesha in the ears. The mantra Upadesha is done through the right ears. That's the traditional, common way normally we see, right? So, for example, when Upadayana is done, Gayatri Upadesha, father gives in the right ear, mantra Upadesha, or the other mantras, whatever that Upadesha is given in the right ear. That's the one way. And the another one is just by looking at his Guru through looking into the eyes of the Shishya, they give the mantra Upadesha, the mantra will come to the mind of the Shishya. So that's another way. And they are like this. There is also the coming in the Swapna, in the dream. So where the Guru comes and the mantra is taught in that dream, and that's how the Shishya gets that mantra Upadesha. So there are various ways, and here what we see is Arjuna getting that mantra Upadesha through in his dream from Mahadeva himself, getting that Pashupata mantra Upadesha. And with that, they prepare for this battle, 14th day's battle. And as I said previously, this 14th day battle is one of the terrible battles that took place, because up to now Pandavas were battling, but now they have a real purpose. They have that anger of Abhimanyu's death, who was killed by 6 warriors united together when he did not have any weapon in his hand. At that time they killed him. So they are all angry, and to add to that, Arjuna took this vow, made this vow, and he's having this battle, had to go through all the Kaurava warriors to kill Jayadratha. So this battle is the days where Arjuna displays his skills to the most, and that's what we see here. And the battle, 14 days, a very long day. Even though in the days wise, as we looked at last time, because it in the autumn period, the days are shorter, but the day is very long in terms of the battle, what happens in that battle, and also after the night dawns, what happens. So it's a very long day. So we will look at that from today onwards. So Arjuna, Krishna, both of them are preparing for that battle, who in the morning offering all the morning prayers and everything, they prepare themselves, and then Arjuna putting his armor taking his bow and arrows in his hand, he goes around, does the pradakshina to his chariot, and then he climbs on that. Brahmanas bless him, and then giving all the gifts and danas and everything to the Brahmanas. Arjuna ascends that chariot. So him going on that chariot, Arjuna with Satyaki and Krishna, all three were on that chariot. It was looking like two twin Ashwins, Ashwini Devatas with Indra coming to Sharyati's sacrifice. So Sharyati we looked at in the Vanaparva, Sukanya's story, Chavana's story, right? So Sharyati's sacrifice, they were coming. So it looked like that. So Govinda, Krishna, then taking the reins of that chariot like Matali does for Indra's horses while Indra was going to battle with Vritra. So he takes that chariot and them three in the chariot, they start proceeding to that battlefield. Then all the musicians and everybody prepare, they all blow their instruments, and then all the sutas and everybody, they started singing praise, benedictions, and Brahmanas blessing. So all these things happen. Auspicious breeze and with fragrance blew behind Partha Arjuna as he was going around, heading towards that battlefield. So various kinds of auspicious omens appeared, indicating Pandavas' victory and defeat of the Kauravas. Sanjay continues his narration saying that seeing the indications of victory, Arjuna addressing Satyaki says that today's battle, my victory seems to be certain. So all these auspicious omens I'm seeing. So I will therefore go there where Jayadratha is, waits for display of my energy and expectation of his death. So that slaughter of Jayadratha is definitely going to happen today. So you become the protector of Yudhishthira, because remember, as Arjuna is focusing on Jayadratha, Drona is still trying to capture Yudhishthira. So Drona's from second day onwards his commandership. So he started that objective. So every time he was trying, he failed so far. So with Arjuna now focusing on Jayadratha, Drona still has that option of capturing. So that's why Arjuna asks Satyaki that you be the protector of Yudhishthira. You protect him just like I protect him. So I do not see anybody who is able to defeat you in the battle. You are equal to Krishna himself in the battle, and even Indra cannot defeat you in the battle. So I'm putting this heavy burden on you. So just like you protect that, you protect Yudhishthira. So there is no, with you taking that responsibility, I will not have anything to worry about. Again, where Krishna is, I will be very much out of danger because of Krishna. So don't worry about me. Don't worry about coming with me. So you become the protector. So when he says that, Satyaki agrees to that and he proceeds to where Yudhishthira was. So Satyaki leaves Arjuna and goes and becomes the protector of Yudhishthira. So Dhritarashtra then asks, after Abhimanyu's death, when the next day came, what did Pandavas with that grief and sorrow do? Who among my warriors fought with them? Knowing achievements of Arjuna, who these people who have did such a heinous crime against Abhimanyu, how did they remain fearlessly? My warriors, how did they remain fearlessly there? How did they battle? How did they even look at Arjuna, who was coming like a destroyer himself, Shiva himself, Mahadeva himself, Death himself, he was coming there. How did they do that? How did they battle? And Dhritarashtra also tells Sanjay that great sorrow is coming, overtaken me today. I do not no longer hear the joyous sounds. I do not hear those charming sounds that were always heard in Jayadratha's house. I do not hear that. I do not hear the champ of my sons, the sounds of countless birds and singing and praises and dances and all those things I do not hear today in my ears. And also Sanjaya, while sitting in adobe of Somadatta's house, also who is again, used to hear delightful sounds. Those things also I do not hear today. And the I only hear in the houses of Vingsati, Durmaka, Chitrasena, Vikarna, and other sons of mine. I only hear the lamentation, grief, and all those things. Those are the things only I hear. In this house of Ashwatthama as well, who was always refuge of my sons and Brahmana, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, all those people used to wait upon that Ashwatthama, who took pleasure day and night in controversial disputations and in talk and conversations and stirring music of diverse instruments. Again, these are all explaining the skills of Ashwatthama. So, and various kinds of delightful songs, and who was worshipped by many people among Kurus and Pandavas and Shatvadas. All those days in that Ashwatthama's house as well, there is no sound heard today. Singers, dancers used to be in large numbers in that house, and I hear anything from them. And then I do not hear any noise coming from the camp of Vinda or Anavinda, the Avanti princes, not in the camp of Kaikeyas as well, who were always, and also Bhurishrava, Somadatta's son, Bhurishrava's son, I do not hear anything. The twang of bowstring, sound of Vedic recitation, the whiz of lances, swords, rattle of chariots that used to always come from Drona's adobe, that also I do not hear anything today. When Krishna himself came from Vaplavya, looking for the peace, bringing his peace process, then I told Duryodhana that obtaining Krishna as the means to make peace for Pandavas, I think the time has come to make that peace. Do not transgress my command. If you disobey Krishna, who is now begging for the peace, who is talking about your good, if you disobey that, victory will never be yours. So Duryodhana did not listen to my advice, and he listened to only Dusshasana and Karna's advice and Shakuni's advice. So that's why he is here now, rejecting all those counsels. He is there. I did not approve the game of dice. Vidura also did not approve. Jayadratha did not. Bhishma, Shalya, Bhurishrava, Purumitra, Jaya, Ashwatthama, Kripa, Drona, none of them approved that game of dice. And if my son has conducted himself according to the counsels of these people, he would then, with his friends and relatives and everybody, would have lived ever in happiness and peace. And I also told Duryodhana that the Pandavas are sweet and delightful speech, always doing what is agreeable to what is said by the agreeable to their kinsmen, high-born Brahmanas. They were always loved by everybody. They are possessed of wisdom. Those Pandavas definitely will obtain the kingdom. I told this to Duryodhana. The man who casts his eye on the righteousness always and everywhere obtains happiness. Such a man after death wins benefit and grace. So possessed of sufficient strength, might, the Pandavas deserve to enjoy half of the earth. Earth again is as much as yours, is as theirs. So Pandavas will not deviate from track of dharma. They will definitely gain their kingdom. So that's why listen to the words of Shalya, Somadatta, Bhishma, Drona, Vikarna, Balika, Kripa, and many other Brahmanas and Bharat kings assembled here. Everybody, all of them are speaking on behalf of Pandavas, and they will always recommend giving the kingdom to them. So, who among when Krishna is there, what is the worry for Pandavas? And Krishna never abandons dharma. Pandavas are always obedient to him, and dharma spoken by myself and also those heroes never disobey the Pandavas, are always righteousful. They are always follower of dharma. So like this, I told all this to Duryodhana, but he did not listen. So Dhritarashtra cries on Duryodhana's character, and he also says that all this mischievous is because of Kala, because of the time, and where there is Bhima and Arjuna and Satyaki, Uttamaja, Panchalas, Yudhamanyu, that is Satyaki, Yudhamanyu, Drishtadyumna, Shikandini, Ashmakas, Kekayas, Kshatravardhan, Somakas, and Drishtaketu, Chekitana, Vibhu, king of Kashi, Draupadi's son Virata, and many Drupada as well, and many other warriors on their side, including Nakula, Sahadeva, and Krishna himself giving them the counsel. Who can fight with them? Who can expect to live after going for a battle with those people? And Duryodhana, Karna, Shakuni, Shakuni, Dusshasana. These four, they do not listen, and they are the only one though going after them. And Pandavas, who have Vishnu himself in their chariot sitting there, and Arjuna as their warrior, they can never have the defeat. And Duryodhana now will recollect my lamentations, my words I said at that time. And he also says that Bhishma also, you said that Bhishma also has been killed. And seeing all this, I think Vidura, whatever Vidura said, is coming true now. And Vidura said all these things are going to happen. And seeing Satyaki and Arjuna, my warriors, everybody must be indulging in fear now of Arjuna. So you are a very good narrator, Sanjaya. Tell me all those things that happened. What happened with Arjuna when Abhimanyu was killed? What state of mind he was in, and how did he battle? And what were the precautions and measures taken by Duryodhana and Karna? What did Dushasana and Shakuni do? What did others do? How did Drona protect everybody? Tell me all those things in detail. So he asks Sanjaya after his own lamentations and crying about the situation where they have to face Arjuna making this woe. He asks Sanjaya all those things. So Sanjaya starts his narration again like previously every time. Wherever Dhritarashtra blames Duryodhana, he says that it is all your fault. So it is all your fault. Even when water has flown away, you building an embankment is useless. Just like that, when the war has started, saying all these things are of no use. So that's why do not grieve. So whatever that destroyer has decided, those things destiny has decided, that has to happen, and that cannot be transgressed. So do not grieve for that. If you had formally restrained Yudhishthira and your sons from the match of dice, this would not have happened to you. And if again, when the time of battle came, if you had restrained both parties inflamed in the anger, if you had done that, then this would not have happened. If you have previously urged the Kurus to kill Duryodhana, then this would not have happened. Again, remember, when Duryodhana was born, if you go back to Adi Parva, at that time itself Vidura said, kill this son. Okay, so it is good to remove a son from the family, a family member, if he is harmful to your family, right? Similarly, removing a family from a village is, if it is for the better of the village, then remove that family. Similarly, remove a village if it is better for the state, if it is better for the country, like that. So if it is better to remove entire country, destroy entire country for the better of the world, then do it. If it is better to destroy, remove, give up on everything in this world for Paramatma, for Atmajnana, for that realization, for that moksha, giving up, renouncing everything, that is even better. Right? So that's what Vidura said at that time, and all the others, Bhishma and everyone agreed when Duryodhana was born. And they said the same thing many times as well. And Sanjaya reminds Dhritarashtra that if he had done that when all those Kurus said that kill this Duryodhana, if you did that, then this calamity would not have overtaken you. If you had done any of these acts, the Pandavas, the Panchalas, Vrishnis, and other kings would have never known your wrongheadedness, though they would not have come to this battle with you. And if you again doing as your duty as a father, if you had by placing Duryodhana in the path of righteousness and the path of dharma, then this would not happen again. As a duty of a father, Sanjay is telling here, the duty of the father is to make sure that the son goes in the path of dharma. That is the duty. Otherwise, father has to go through he will be overtaken by grief and sorrows. So that's what Sanjay narrates here. Again, I said previously as well, everything here we see in Mahabharata, even though it is a storytelling, the events that's describing an event that's taking place, it always says what the Dharma Shastras and Vedas and says about Upanishads say about how one should live. So here again, the message from Sanjay, even though it is blaming Dhritarashtra, it is a message to all the fathers saying that we should make sure that the children are following the Dharma path. They are treading on that path. Otherwise, you'll be overtaken by sorrow and grief. So that's what Sanjay narrates here. And again, he says that you are the wisest man on the earth, forsaking that eternal dharma virtue. How could you follow the counsels of Duryodhana and Karna and Shakuni? That's what you did. And that's why these lamentations, whatever you are doing, that are wedded to worldly wealth, they are like honey mixed with poison. So you are talking as if you are the best person, you are know everything and you are done everything, but you are like there is a poison in it because you are still greedy and you are still wishing that Duryodhana's victory, and that's what you are wishing for. So Krishna, when he came here, uh, so when previously when Krishna did not respect Yudhishthira or Drona or as much as he respected you, so he did not respect. He gave you utmost respect. Still, as a king, you did not agree to Krishna's word. So your son addressed him and Pandavas in many harsh speeches. That's what you are going to face now. You are indifferent to those speeches then on to your sons. So again, you did not listen to what Krishna said. You are that the words, whatever you ignored in that time, those have now overtaken. So the ancestral sovereignty that you enjoyed, that's now in danger. Even if it is so now again, Pandavas will win this entire earth. The kingdom, everything that you enjoy will become Pandavas, and Pandavas will also have the fame of winning this battle, and those achievements again, they will enjoy that all. Whatever they are going to enjoy could have been yours if you had followed the path of Dharma. So now again, battle has already started, so there is no point in grieving and talking about all these things. So that's why, as a Kshatriya, they are having these battles. Your sons are having this battle. So who is there that's going to face up to Arjuna, Krishna, Satyaki, Bhima, and everybody? So listen to all those things I'm going to tell. And those warriors on our side and their side, they're all ready to give up their fight and have this battle. So listen to this. So Sanjaya scolds his king, and then he starts his narration. So as the day starts, Drona, he begins to prepare the array for the battle, and various types of sounds were heard. All the heroes, everybody on the Kauravas side, preparing for that battle, and all of them know that Arjuna is coming after Jayadratha, and they were all saying, "Where is Arjuna? I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him." Like that, they are all pumped up. They were all preparing for that battle. All those warriors with them performing, they were preparing for that battle, practicing themselves in that with swords, bows, and things like that. They were all whirling their maces, which had bells, and they were all applied with sandal paste, having gold and diamond and various other garlands, and they were all looking for Pandavas, face up to Pandavas, and some of them were very proud of their strength and massive arms. All of them were with spiked clubs. They were hanging very tall, large spiked clubs they were holding in their hands. And again, beautiful garlands they were all wearing and preparing for that battlefront. They were all saying, "Where is Krishna? Where is Arjuna? Where is Bhima? Where is the allies of theirs? We are going to kill all of them," and things like that. They were speaking. Then Drona, blowing his conch shell, urging his horses with great speed, he starts preparing the array. After again all those people taken place, Drona addresses Jayadratha and he says that you, Bhurishravas, Karna, Ashwatthama, Shalya, Vrishasena, Kripa, and 100,000 horses, 60,000 chariot riders, and 14,000 elephants, 20,000 foot soldiers, all with having mail, and they will all be there. You stand behind all of them for the distance of 3 Gavyati. So Gavyati is a old way of measuring the distance. It is one way of measuring. So Gavyati normally is Gav is cow. Okay, so it is the measurement of cows when it cries or gives a shout. That cow's calling shout, how long it is heard, how far it is heard, that distance is called as 1 Gavyati. Normally it is said as 12,000 feet or 3 point. It various measurements come in. I think Bhagavata Purana explains some level of distancing on this. So this, some say this comes up to, let's say, 3.7 miles distance. Okay, so it is hard that much, that long. So that distance, that's far. So it is 3 Gavyati, means about 9, 10, 12 miles distance. So you stay that far behind. So he's arguing Jayadratha to stay that far behind. And again, even Indra will not be coming. Even if Indra comes, he will not be able to reach to you. So that's why take comfort. Drona assures Jayadratha like that, and when Drona addresses Jayadratha like that, Jayadratha becomes happy, and he goes and takes his position along with Gandhara warriors and many other great chariot riders and foot soldiers and everybody, all the other army. He takes his position. So then, when the warriors were that then Jayadratha, who is again, he himself is very much very skilled in battle. He takes his position. 7,000 horses, 3,000 other horses of Sindhu breed. They were with him, and Dhritarashtra's son Durmashana, very desirous of having the battle. He goes ahead and he stations himself at the head of all the troops, and then along with 1,500 elephants, he goes and stations himself at the front. And then Dusshasana and Vikarna, them taking positions in the advanced positions of that army again, they go and take the position in the weave of protecting Jayadratha. Then Drona forms an array which is part of Shakata and part of circular array, Chakravyuha. So it is part of that, and that was full 12 Gavyati long, and width of its again array was measured with 5 Gavyatis. So Drona himself again formed that array with large number of kings, countless number of chariot riders, horses, elephants, foot soldiers, and everything that was impenetrable. And in the form of a lotus, it was formed. And in that middle, there was a needle shape. And in that array, Drona again, he took his own station, and the mouth of that needle, there was Kritavarman was standing up there, and next to him there was Kamboja's king and Jalasandha. Next to this, there was Duryodhana and Karna. Behind them, hundreds and thousands of heroes who were there in that Shakata. Shakata is a chart or a card format. Shakata is like a cart format. So they were in that protecting in that shape, and then they were all surrounding Jayadratha in that needle shape. He was in the middle. He was the very back of that needle-shaped array. And then uh, again, at the entrance of that Shakata was Drona himself, and behind Drona there was Bojas who was protecting him, and then there was uh, uh, where Drona was there, he was standing like Shiva himself, destroyer himself, holding his bow, large bow, and he was ready with this red sacrificial altar standard and black deer skin he was wearing, and he was ready for that battlefield. So, looking at that array formed by Dronas, everybody wondered how Arjuna is going to penetrate that array and reach up to Jayadratha. And Duryodhana, seeing that array formed by Drona, he became very happy and he thought Jayadratha is safe, which would mean Arjuna is going to commit, end his life if he fails to kill Jayadratha. So, like that, Duryodhana was thinking and he became very happy. And like this, when they were prepared like this, the drums, mridangas, and various musical instruments were blown, making a huge sound. And then Arjuna made his appearance in that battle in the morning sun when it was rising. Sun is red color at that time. Arjuna came in that uh, uh, battlefield. Thousands of ravens, crows proceeded in front of Arjuna's chariot, various animals, terrible cries, with terrible cries, jackals, inauspicious sight began to howl on the way Kauravas proceeded. Thousands of uh, meteors fell with great noise, earth trembled, earthquake happened, dry winds blow in the way in the face of Kauravas. Like this, all the inauspicious signs came across the Kaurava troops. Nakula's son Shatanika, Drishtadyumna, uh, uh, these two, uh, uh, they formed arrayed with 7 divisions of Pandavas. They prepared, and then Durmashana, who was head at the front of the Kaurava troops with his elephant force, 1,000 chariot riders and hundreds of elephants. He 300 heroes and 10,000 foot soldiers. He covering them with the length of 15,000 bows. He was that much area he was covering, and he says that I will resist today all this Arjuna and everybody that's coming, Pandava assembly that's arrays, Pandava troops that's coming today. I will resist all of them. So him saying that, he prepares for that battle, assuring everybody behind him that he is going to face and he is going to stop everybody. Then Arjuna with Krishna, they come to that battlefield, and always he was like Indra coming to that battlefield, or Death Yama himself coming with armed with his club, urged by the Kala, or Mahadeva himself with his Trishula coming there, or Varuna with nose, or Agni with end of the Yugas, Arjuna Agni coming. Like that, the slayer of the Nivatakavachas, Arjuna killing those Nivatakavachas, we looked at in the Vanaparva, right? After going to Swarga and getting all the weapons, he, as a Guru Dakshina, he kills them for Indra's request, Indra's ask. So that killer of destroyer of Nivatakavachas, he comes there always victorious. Jaya. Jaya is Arjuna's another name. So he comes there, coming there with he was wearing his mail, armed with sword and having a golden diadem, uh, uh, with garlands and swords of full garlands and swords, everything here on white colored dress. His arms with beautiful angadas and jewelry and everything, earrings and everything. Him coming there, that Arjuna who is Nara, he was accompanied by Narayana himself, and he was coming to that battlefield. And Arjuna placing his chariot, Krishna placing that chariot with Arjuna at the front of that army, who started to blow his conch shell. Then Krishna blow his Panchajanya and Arjuna blow his conch shell as well. And with that, all the earth started trembling. The Kauravas all feared hearing that sound of those conch shells from Arjuna and Krishna. The animals on the Kaurava side ejected urine and excreta. They all started fearing and running away in that sound. Then Arjuna's banner, which is a ape banner, the Vanara banner, having their Hanuman sitting there in that flag, stuff made it opened its mouth very wide, made an awful noise, where all the creatures started. It started terrifying everybody. Then the conch, horns, cymbals, anakas. Anakas is a cow horn instrument, so it's made a trumpet-like thing made from cow horn. So all those things were blown by all the warriors, including Kauravas, to cheer them and their side of troops, and armpits were slapped like the warriors making their own, showing that they are very strong and things like that. So like this, Arjuna prepares for this battle. He addresses Krishna and says that take this horses where Durmashana is there, and going through his elephant division, I will penetrate that army. Because Durmashana was at the front with his elephant division, Arjuna asked Krishna to take his horses towards that one. When he says that, Krishna takes that horses there, and where Durmashana was there, and the terrible battle starts between them. Arjuna pouring like a cloud pouring rain. He continuously pours large number of arrows on that army. Durmashana was accompanied. He in angrily he kills off large number of elephants, cuts off their trunks, and earth became full of heads of elephants and the elephant riders with their earrings, turbans, and everything like that. It was full of those dead people and dead animals. The golden coats, coat of mail, and earrings and jewelry and everything was shining in that on that earth, but fallen from that Kaurava side because of Arjuna's weapons. And again, on the Kaurava side, still people trying to see Arjuna, and they're trying to attack, and they've come in thousands and hundreds and thousands, started attacking Arjuna continuously. And like this, Arjuna battles them, and he goes after that elephant division, cuts off the trunks and with his weapons, and elephants again screaming and running away. They started destroying. In some cases, elephant riders were killed. So elephants without any riders and any controllers, they started running around and destroying their own troops. So like this, Arjuna with his arrows, he pierces elephants, elephant riders, horses, horse riders, chariot riders, the charioteers, everybody. He kills all of them and destroys that troops. So like this, Arjuna continues to battle, and seeing this, that troop started running away. The troop Durmashana was having, that started running away. And listening to this, Dhritarashtra asked Sanjaya, when that very front of my army was started running away like that, while Arjuna was advancing, who was there, who advanced him, and who protected him, and tell me all those things. And Sanjay narrates that when Arjuna was destroying that troops Durmashana was bringing, and everybody started running away, Dusshasana comes in front and thinking that he is going to resist Arjuna. If you remember Bhishma Parva, when Arjuna was going after to kill Bhishma, Dusshasana resisted Arjuna for a long, long time, and he successfully resisted Arjuna's progress for a long time. And thinking similar view, here he comes and he starts attacking, and he faces Arjuna, and again with his elephant force, he starts attacking, and again Arjuna starts having a battle with them. With again the sound of Panchajanya and Devadatta and the sound of Gandiva, the men elephant, all of them were dispirited on the Kaurava side. The men elephants, all of them were destroyed and cut open by Arjuna with his arm, with his weapons, and the elephants in that battlefield were struck by Arjuna with thousands of arrows shot from that Gandiva. While they were all attacked like that, again Dushasana starts to attack Arjuna, but again Arjuna forces him, he destroys his troops as well, and he cuts off into fragments the bowstrings, standards, bows, yokes, arrows that's coming from the chariot riders on the Kauravas side. And nobody could see when Arjuna takes up his arrows, when he fixes it into his bowstring, when he actually draws that string, and when he lets them off. He was so quick, and continuously, as many warriors attacking him, he continuously resisting them and also cutting them off. So, like these elephants, all of them deeply hurt with blood vomiting from their mouth fell down, and as soon as they are falling down, they also brought down the riders on them. The chariots and everything was destroyed by Arjuna. And like this, large number of people were killed, and Dushasana's forces were slaughtered by Arjuna like that. And Dushasana greatly again hurt, injured by those arrows, overcome again with fear, he entered into Drona's troops. So again, Drona was protecting, but if you remember earlier, looked at beginning of Durmashana coming and saying that I'm going to stop, and similarly Dushasana also comes at front. So both of them had to now run back and take refuge of Drona. So we'll look at what happens and how Arjuna faces Drona next time when we